And that was just finding something to play over. John had this song, "Speak to me of some long winters longer than time can remember, the setting up of others." So, you know, in my way, I found a picking thing, because we had the intro. I don't know really how I ever found that part, but it certainly led...
Picking fingers like that?
Yeah, because... I mean, basically, I play and don't think about it, really, you know, so somebody else has to point out sometimes, "What, you're doing that?" Oh, yeah, because I haven't really thought about it from that perspective much, because I'm playing it, and I don't want to think about how I'm doing it, because it makes it harder. But I think I said that earlier, about thinking about something can sometimes... bring you in the wrong bit of headspace you need, you know, because you... So, yeah, those chords. But I recognise some of it because this, you know, with the kind of writing I was doing just before I was in Yes, I was in this group called Bodast, and we actually had a song called Nether Street that had this in it. Yeah. So that was part of Nether Street, the ghost of Nether Street, and what happened was that group really got seriously screwed over. If ever I'd been stitched up, screwed over and beaten over their head, it was in Bodast. And the final straw was the company called Tetragramophone, who signed us and thought we were fantastic, just went out of business overnight, and our tapes just stopped, and they went in a vault, and that was it was goodbye. And for 10 years those tapes, well, 8 to 10 years, those tapes were never heard by anybody. I had an acetate, you know, a record, crunchy old record. So I thought, and I was right, really, that music had been buried, you know, by Bodast. And that's why when we did Starship Trooper, I said, well, actually, you know, I've got something. It goes like this. But what was particularly good about it was the roots. You see, it wasn't bad that it could have just had the roots. But for some reason, I put the fifth below roots on it. See, it's that width again that I talked to you about. Sometimes when you do things with chords, you can get more width, more harmonic impression. And that really does. Because I've got a top string that's a little, you know, I've got the fifth on the top. But actually what I did do, and I think this is right, I start with one with the basic roots, so it's G. But then I pull it up, you see, from here. I go. And go back up. So in other words, I kept having fun, you know. This is my idea. Keep having fun. In other words, don't just play, you know, over and over again, but kind of make that, even the rhythm part, I would attempt to make interesting by that root.
Yeah, then you have the open G.
The G was there all the time. Yeah, it was there all the time. Not only did Yours Is No Disgrace stretch Yes's boundaries, you know, with a really long intro, long guitar breaks and things like this. And then when we got to Starship Trooper, we were looking for something that was even more adventurous, you know, so we, you know, the song, these parts like this. I mean, before that was clap, you know, which we would do. So then you got... And then, if that wasn't enough, then in Disillusion, I go to this. About this fast. So, yeah, isn't it kind of colourful that Yes bought into this idea of what I thought was right? I mean, they had that song, in fact, Chris wrote that bit, loneliness is a power that we will... Had those chords, and suddenly I'm going, oh, just, you know, and they let me do it, you know. So in a way, I got them to thank for the opportunity, but I had the idea to do that kind of stuff, shake up the guitar stuff, you know, and bring in the acoustic guitar. Like the next record, of course, Roundabout, started with where we started, really, with Roundabout. And wow, I wasn't playing electric guitar, I was playing acoustic, you know. And that's the statement I guess I was most hungry to make, was to be seen, you know, as not a one-sound guitarist, but actually a guitarist who plays multi-sounds. It's like the intro, it's an extension of the intro, so when it comes off of, this is just the last run.